Have you ever woken up one day and just felt totally different? Like you woke up and you're like a new person? Or even like in the middle of the day, like you took a shower, you got out of the shower and you were like, wait, I don't feel the same. I feel differently about everything. I'm not upset anymore. I'm not holding on to anything I shouldn't be holding on to. I'm not dreading what is going to happen next. I'm not scared in the same way as I was before. If that has ever happened to you, and it's okay if it hasn't, but if it has, you probably did a quantum leap. Yes, this episode is about quantum leaping. And it's crazy. In this video, you will probably understand what quantum leaping is. I can't guarantee it, but I hope you do. It is a huge concept to wrap your brain around. The brain and the ego don't really like this kind of concept because it contradicts what you've learned about what being human is and what you are allowed to do and experience. So, buckle up. Here we go. So, I feel like I can talk about this because I've done it lots of times. And I didn't even know I was doing it, but now I get it and I know how to do it. So I realized I was doing it without even trying. So now I'm in the process of doing it on purpose. So what I did was last year around this time, it was in the beginning of summer actually, so not around this time, I did a quantum leap and I deleted like 99% of all of my anxieties and fears and like depression symptoms gone. That 1% is still there, but like I'm working on that. It's trickling away slowly. It's the biggest chunkiest 1% if that even is possible in math. Not possible. So, if you haven't met me, my name is Hannah Tallulah. And I run Mother Evolving, which is a community of moms who are working on becoming their best selves and connecting to who they really, truly are and were meant to be by letting go of things that are weighing them down and aligning with their truest, most authentic purpose through spirituality in general and evolutionary astrology. And we are doing that in my Skool community, which is a sister to this YouTube channel. So this community is specifically for moms, but mom is, in my opinion, kind of a general term that encompasses any woman, woman plus, any womanly person with maternal instincts that are strong, who feels womanly and wants children, has children, couldn't have children, is raising other people's children. You understand. And we are getting together and supporting each other as we grow into the most ideal versions of ourselves. And we're doing this specifically in my Skool community called Mother Evolving. And it is still fairly new. We only have a few members, but it's growing. And I think it's going to get pretty comfy. A big, comfy community of moms who will be there for you when you are just stuck and need a spiritual boost of motherly love and companionship. I think it's going to be pretty great. I post daily. Sometimes not on the weekends, but sometimes on the weekends. But every day of the week I post about some spiritual topic or motherhood topic and, weave spirituality in because that's what I do with everything. And then almost always connect it to something in your birth chart and how to discover this part about yourself through your birth chart so that you can start to dissect and decode it, and then potentially either let it go or fully embrace it. And then I offer you something to take away from it. A thought, a question, a journaling prompt, so that you don't just stop there with the post and read the post and are like, cool, I'll move on with my day. But you actually take it with you throughout the rest of your day so that it can become integrated into your life and who you are. I also currently have 9 free video modules that come with worksheets. There will be more. I can't promise they'll be free. Right now, I am planning on closing the free aspect of my community once we get to 22 members. Currently, it's like 7. So if you join now, you will be grandmothered in and will never have to pay a monthly fee. But after 22 members, it will be at a low monthly cost, but it will be at a cost. And I will be adding tons of new things every week. Video content and worksheets that are not accessible through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. They will be strictly for my Skool community of spiritual evolving mamas. I also host challenges. I just started one. Actually, today is day 1 of the challenge. I am challenging myself to posting a short form video every day for 31 days. And they will each be about a different topic that I am obsessed with, astrology, motherhood, spirituality, all of that. And I'm really nervous and excited because it's a lot. That's a lot. But it's going to be so good, so good. And I've invited everyone in my community to join along and decide to do something that they have been neglecting to do but wanting to do for 31 days. And then we're going to meet online at the end of the 31 days and discuss. But we are also keeping each other motivated and held accountable every day in the community through posts and comments about the challenge. In addition to that, we do four monthly live calls. I don't know if that'll change or become more. That would be crazy. But right now it's 4. One is for a live Q&A with me about like whatever you want to ask questions about. And then the other 2 are just 2 different times, 2 different days of the week, just regular chats to bring up spiritual, astrological topics, motherhood, whatever. And then the 4th one is a book club. We are doing a book club that will start out with astrology books and then branch out to metaphysics and other realms of spirituality. So that's exciting. So some of my daily posts recently have been about like imposter syndrome and shame and synchronicities and connecting all of those things to the birth chart so that you can, dive in. And I also have, I would recommend if you're interested in any of those topics, not only like jump over to the Skool community. If you don't have Skool already, download it. It's like there's nothing to lose. It's free to have an account, and then it's free to join my community right now. So really all you'll be losing is like storage space in your phone. Easy, right? If not, I have a video that's either going to go here or here. I never remember which way. And it is about imposter syndrome and what it actually is. And I've linked it. Okay. So after you get to my Skool community, just pause right here and go sign up. And then finish watching. Okay, so I have a story. So this is what happened last summer. So I had just spent a little over a year as a micro school guide. So if you don't know what a micro school is, it's like when a homeschool parent, most of the time, decides to open up their home to other alternatively schooled children and forms a learning pod or micro tiny school in their own house. And it is usually like an online school that the kids do. And then the guide is just, a guide, making sure they do their stuff and, schedule the day and yada, yada. So I did that for a year and I was not good at it. I was not. And I was still planning on starting my own, business out of it. I was working as a freelancer or a contractor through this micro school company, and I was going to start my own. And I went through so much work to do it, so much. And then all of a sudden I woke up one day, and I wish I remembered exactly what it was. It was something, I remember exactly what it was. So I'd been working on it for a long time. I had a karmic relationship with my mom. Hi, Mom, I love you. And when I realized that it was karmic, I found it in my birth chart, figured it out. I was like, okay, I need to process this and heal it and let it go. So when I started to do that, it was a long process. It took forever, but I woke up one morning, literally woke up that morning and decided, something inside of me decided, oh, my mom was right all along. And apologies. And accepting that she was right was the quantum leap, because it dissolved an enormous chunk of my issues. And I was able to acknowledge and accept and embrace and learn to love so much stuff, so much that I thought had been garbage about myself, it turned into shadow. It got tucked away in these little dark crevices within myself, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't let it be. But when I realized that she had been right and that I had been in denial of all these things that she had said about me, I was free. I was free from it all. It was just I leapt from one experience of me to the next. And it felt, if I look back, it took a long time. But you don't really even know that you're working up to a quantum leap unless you're very conscious of it until it happens. And a lot of spiritual people on YouTube, because I've watched a lot of videos about this, a lot of them say that it's instant and that you make a choice and you can just leap just like that. And great. Cool. I'm happy for you. I'm not denying that that's true. But I think realistically, you have to get set up for it. You have to be ready. I don't know. And some people can probably get ready in their head and in their heart and become completely energetically aligned. But I think it takes a lot of work to get to the point where you can't even do that, right? So I had done a lot of work, and then I did it. I did the leap. And when I did that, I realized I could not do the micro school business. I remembered when my mom said to me, you like babies, she said. You like babies, but you don't like when the babies turn into children. I was like, rude. She was right. She was right. They're really cute and squishy as babies, and then they turn into children and they need a lot. And I personally also need a lot from myself. So giving so much to children who need a lot in a different way than babies need a lot, because then, children start talking and they demand things, and, it's different than with babies. And I think because babies don't talk. That's a different video. I need to make a video about that. What should I name it? Can you comment? I'm serious. Can you comment below about what I should call the video about how I like babies better? I don't even care if it's offensive. It can be mean, because I know that that's not cool. I'm a mom. I became a mom on purpose. And you know that when you're becoming a mom, it's forever, and they grow up and they start smelling and they're not as cute. But I knew that, and I still did it, even though I'm not great with kids. I'm really good with babies. Anyway, okay, I'm going to make that video. Comment below what I should title it and anything I should talk about. Okay, so quantum leaping. So when I accepted that I'm not great with children, I was like, I'm not doing this. I scrapped so much work and so many promises to other people, which was the hardest part, is when you tell people you're going to do something, like even if they're not really involved. Like if I tell my husband I'm going to do something and then I'm like, never mind, I'm not doing it. I think I'm more disappointed in myself than he is disappointed in me. You know, we don't like disappointing other people. It's really hard. So I did that. And then at the very same time, a lot of things changed and I decided to go work outside of the house, which was the first time I did that in a long time, long time. So my husband started staying at home and I went out to work and yada, yada. And I just was having the most intense identity crisis. And I don't think there's a term for it, but it was like a crisis of purpose. Like, what am I doing? What is the point of me? Who am I? I need to have a purpose, or else what is the point? So I met this angel. I swear she was an angel. And I wish I had gotten to know her more, but she only needed my help for one day. And I apparently only needed her help for one day. I drove her to a doctor appointment and she had some terrible back pain. She was like, I don't know, 75 or something. And she had worked for a publishing company, one of the first publishing companies in like the 70s that was publishing books written by channelers. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is my new mentor. I'm going to keep her forever. No, but something about her just like pulled everything out of my mouth. And I was just like, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. Like I'm embarrassed remembering how much I talked that day. But she was just, I don't even remember what she said, but whatever it was pointed me here. I'm here. None of this would exist. None of this would exist if not for that experience. So that was another quantum leap that happened. I don't know if it was that day or if it was like I think it was that day and within the following weeks. And if not for her, I don't think I would have discovered evolutionary astrology and like decoded my birth chart and figured out what I was doing with my life. So, what is quantum leaping? I've said a lot about it, but what is it? How do you do it? It's hard to explain. But basically, you put your consciousness into the future, where the future you is already living and having and being and expressing and feeling everything that is in the life that you are currently dreaming about. So you have fantasies about the life you want, right? About how much money you want, about the partner you want, about what you want your kids to be able to do, about what you want your house to look like, where you want to live, blah, 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 blah. All of that, right? You have things you want in your future. So to quantum leap into that future, you have to believe that it is all already yours, and then match and align your energy with everything the future you would be feeling and embodying. So in order to get to that place where you can actually do it, you will need to feel very comfortable in the life you're living now. Very grateful for everything you already have. Very worthy within yourself of everything that you're dreaming of. Completely prepared to hold on to everything you get when you are in this new reality. And then feel absolute peaceful trust that you are about to step on into her. Her being the future self, if you're identifying as her. Step into that new version of you, and things just change around you. And it starts in here with feeling differently about yourself, treating yourself differently, doing things differently in your everyday life that reflect the way you want to be, and becoming aligned in every way with the life that you want, even if you can't see it yet. Even if the external reality doesn't reflect the life that you want, you will start to feel like you are in that life already. It's wild. It does take a lot of work to be able to do it, but you are on the right track. You are. Just watching this video for like 21 minutes, you're on the right track. The next step would for sure be to join my Skool community, because we are doing this. We're doing it all the time, every day. And it's still free. So like, what do you have? Like, again, just storage space in your phone. So you can also go back, if you haven't watched my other videos, there are a few videos that help you to see where in your birth chart these kinds of the tools are, I suppose, the tools for getting into the mindset of quantum leaping. So like, if you look for your north node, that is, it's like a little picture of what you want. Even if you think you don't know what you want, or you think you don't want that, the north node is like the North Star that you are always walking toward, even if you don't realize it. So check out the North Node and ask yourself, who would I be if I fully embraced this North Node, what sign it is and what house it is in? So the house it's in would be becoming that future version of you through a certain means. Like, the house is like, through what? Like, how do I become that? Through which aspect of my life, which kind of relationships, and then the sign is in what way? Like, how do I do it? Which way do I go, and how do I go that way? Look at your North Node. I'm serious. If you're trying to figure out your life purpose and what you're doing with this life and who you are and why, the North Node needs to be number one. Look at that first. And then look for specifically 2 transits. In my opinion, the most important ones for figuring out when and how and where and why to quantum leap will probably be wherever Pluto is currently in your chart, and if it's making any aspects to any other personal planets. So like, if it's aspecting your sun, moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, then that'll tell you something. I don't know if I already said Pluto and Uranus, but Pluto is the big one for transformation. And then Uranus is the big one for major shifts, changes. Different than transformation, because in transformation, you more slowly change, and Uranus is more abrupt, which is what a quantum leap is. Very abrupt. And then there are other things that will help you to get to the point of being able to quantum leap, which will require completely fully embracing your true self. And that's aspects like your ascendant, your rising sign, and then of course your sun and your moon. But the rising sign is first, because that is how you navigate the world. And it is not the easiest to accept. The sun is usually easiest, then maybe the moon, then the ascendant. So once you can accept the ascendant is you and how you look and act and navigate, it is much easier to understand how you're supposed to quantum leap. And then also stepping into your midheaven. So that is the axis that goes through your 10th and your 4th house. So in where your 10th house begins is the midheaven. It'll also show on your chart. It'll say MC. That is the sign you need to step into and realize that it more or less describes the dream life that you want to live. Look at your midheaven and read about it, and you'll probably be like, yeah. And then lean into Jupiter. Jupiter knows what will be most easy to expand in your life and what risks are best to take. So figure out what house and sign Jupiter is in, and that's your how and where. So before we end this, I want to invite you to challenge yourself to ask in journal form or just talk to yourself out loud on your way to work or something. Who is this version of myself who already lives in my dream life? Who are they? What are they doing? What do they do on a daily basis? What's like a day in the life of this person who is the future me? Describe them. Out loud or in writing, journal about them. Describe what they do, how they act, how they react, how they speak, what their favorite things are, who their best friends are. And then before you go to bed, visualize them. Like not just daydream, but like really step into their body and look at your future life through their eyes and feel how amazing it is, how fulfilling and real and perfect and amazing, and how grateful you are to be living that life. Do it, I dare you. I would really love if you would comment below and let me know what you think about quantum leaping. It's a big one, and it's gotten me talking longer than I've talked about anything else. So please comment if you have anything to offer. And if you have any ideas for another video that I should make, whether it's an offshoot of this or something else, please comment and let me know. I would appreciate it so much. And now, watch any one of these videos to learn more about me and what I'm doing and what you should do next. Thank you. Love you.